Welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. We are in the first world at the moment, and I don't know how we get down there, but where are we? We're looking for the bird.
Defeat is not an option.
Fine use of my talents.
Of course, requires us to fight some ferocious manticores all the way.
Forwards.
We can now cross through the mist without being teleported.
Without a doubt. Our path leads on.
There we go. Select the bird. We go back up to the gnome. I think we need to leave this on the days. That. Okay. The bird is now on the days. We're supposed to go west.
I will guide us.
Any last wishes?
Black Dweomer Owlbear, that sounds... Ah, it's raining levels. So quiet here, I can't even hear my own heartbeat. My heart's beating in my chest, or have they taken that from me too? Cursed, alone in silence. What am I to do? What? It's a trap.
Running won't help you!
A quick spider swarm.
This is where I step in. Anything else?
Means that's the trap as well. Let's move down here.
We'll do it the hard way. Let yourself exposed.
Seem to be good in terms of level draining for the moment. We're unable to skin any of them.
I don't like surprises.
Applause, please.
Something for us to loot down there. Owlbear eggs.
Without a doubt.
My search was not in vain.
We've downed better ones.
Your life ebbs low.
Okay, let's disarm the traps.
Applause, please.
Combat music is quite funky here.
Anything else?
Strike when certain.
Applause, please.
Forwards.
Oh, I don't like surprises.
And then our leader charged forwards. Hey, wait for me. Applause,
We
please.
march ahead.
Anything else?
I'm positive I found something.
Indeed you did.
Applause, please.
Stand with me.
Save the game.
Applause, please.
No one will ever see my tears again, neither mortals of Golarion nor the one who cursed me. You wish to see me, my lady? My Skylark, the song is so sad today. What troubles you? Your last order, my lady, it frightens me. The seed of an ever-blooming flower is almost prepared as you requested, but what will it bring? Flower contains immense power, power from which immense evil can be born. Monsters erupting on Golarion by the hundreds, in a crowded street, a busy tavern, near a baby's crib. That's exactly what I need. He wanted to see kingdoms in ruins. He will.
Who will prevail? Doesn't matter.
Of course, more spiders.
A fatal mistake.
We shall overcome.
Hide from me.
Okay, so now we have to unequip the lamp. Equip it again. It's an ancient
We
wyvern.
will prevail.
You have a health potion on your belt. Good. Collect all. Ever-blooming flower. The petals of this huge flower are glowing with a soft light, and its scent carries a hint of spice, which you find strangely relaxing. Despite this, however, you can't help but notice the sprouts and spikes of the plant looked fanged, almost predatory. Use detect magic. A shining magical aura surrounds the ever-blooming flower. It seems so familiar, exactly like the magic emanating from the bodies of the bloom victims, but stronger, much stronger. There is no doubt you have found the source of the disaster. Let's destroy it. Whatever enchantment the flower possesses, you are still able to hack it down easily and the glow fades. And it grows straight back. And equip the lamp again, and then go into the mist. Now we need to equip the lamp. We need to go to the old gnome. there
Serves you
are
right.
enemies.
Aim true. Don't try to waste it.
Bring it!
Any last wishes?
Tear them apart!
Let yourself exposed.
I think it's time to cast a healing spell on Amiri.
Lindsay the Magnificent? Lindsay the Illustrious? Something more simple, like Lindsay the Great? Maybe Lindsay the Indecisive.
Yeah, that sounds right. And we can use one channel.
Access.
We need everyone to stand beside one another though. Channel. And I think we have to level up because this is a very hard mission, so I will level up each character, and as the last time I will provide you with what I've chosen on the end screen. So for Caledorn we are picking the usual skills, that is mobility, persuasion and knowledge arcana, and I'm giving him the spell Cloud Kill. Now Amiri is next. So for Amiri we have chosen athletics, mobility and law nature, and the barbarian feat increased damage reduction. Ekken is the next. So for Ekken we have athletics, mobility, perception, stealth, law nature. We have favored enemy outsiders and improved precise shot. But I also picked favored enemy magical beasts to give that an additional +2. And Lindsay is next. Lindsay, we will take athletics, mobility, stealth, trickery and knowledge world. She automatically gains jack of all trades, which is nice. We have given her weapon focus for heavy crossbow. And the spells I've taken is invisibility, neutralize poison and break enchantment. Harim is next. It was quite simple this turn. Law, religion and perception, and that's about it. And finally, Jubilost. So for Jubilost, he has gained poison immunity, which is rather nice. I picked Infusion, which allows him to use his extracts not only on himself, but on other people as well. And with this discovery, all alchemist extracts will behave exactly like spells of the same names when considering targets and range. Gave him the restoration spell. And we gave him knowledge world, stealth, trickery, perception, and the use magic device. There we go. That was leveling up the characters. Guess we'll have to move manually since spiders seem to have respawned.
Defeat is not an option.
Manticores with fruit. Oh. And the gnome isn't here, so guess we'll have to unequip the lamp again.
I will guide us.
There he is. Let's talk to him. The gnome nods off, then raises his head abruptly. It's you again. What do you wish to know, child? Could you tell me the story of the goddess again, the short version? The gnome's eyes glint slyly. Would anyone listen to the stories if they are told quick and simple? But fine, the one that sings dies of desperation in the night, the one that is dead poisons the clear waters, and this poison bone of death is what can awaken the wrath and awaken the path. I seem to have forgotten something. Okay, so apparently we're supposed to go down here. We need the lantern equipped. Continue southeast until you find the hidden creep hole.
Our path leads on.
This is not southeast, this is southwest.
Forwards.
Oh, maybe this... No, this takes us back to the gnome. Maybe the problem is that I equipped the lantern before I should.
Without a doubt.
Okay, so there's no gnome here now. We equipped the lantern. And it says... Head north past the pool and enter the mist, then fight the manticores.
You're but a footnote in our story.
I think this is where we're supposed to go, yes.
Attack!
My search was not in vain.
We march ahead.
And then we are supposed to enter the hidden creep hole and attack
Become
this.
as dust.
How about you cast haste?
No strike wasted.
Primitives.
That thing has a lot of hit points. Does it need to be killed by fire? As a matter of fact, it did. You can loot it to gain first world fruit, which the price of those. And an amulet of mighty fists +3, which is probably a useful item for a monk. And we have a belt of physical perfection, old iron longsword, and a regular banded mail. I don't think we need that armor. Let's drop that. What's this belt of physical perfection? +2 to strength, dexterity, and constitution. Put that on Caledorn then. What else do we need to do here? Exit the area and return to the old gnome using the lantern and going through the mist slightly northwest.
I will guide us.
Think there's anything else here? Ah, there's some eggs. Well, there isn't eggs, but nice loot. Okay. Then I guess we unequip the lantern. Maybe from the other side.
Without a doubt.
No, this is still not correct. Okay, so there's something that we are missing. I'll pause the recording while I try to figure out what it is. Right, so what we're supposed to do is rest. So I've just gone through the spellbooks of the various characters. And we need to make camp then. We'll use rations for this healing as well.
You know, Jubilost, I think you would make a great priest and preacher. Your sense of purpose and your eloquence.
A priest? Me? I'd die of boredom in a week if I had to repeat the same cheerless sermons day after day, or I'd add some new ideas, and in no time I'd be expelled from the priesthood for heresy.
Continue. Now the bird should be replaced by bird bones. We need to pick those up. Also need to have the lantern equipped. Sheesh, this is complicated. And we're supposed to go to the lake. And put the bird bones in here. The pond is deep and the water cold. Although the surface is still, you can hear faint whispers as if someone beneath the water is murmuring sadly to themselves. What a beautiful, calm place. Can we stay here a while longer? Throw the bird's bones into the water. The bones of the bird disappear in the depths of the pond, and suddenly the water's surface heaves, darkens, boils. It changes color and now looks swirling, furious, menacing. Collect water from the pond. And now we have to go back to the tower. That means unequipping the lamp again.
Yes, I'm still here.
Should do some buffing here. By poison, it's nice. Protection from evil is probably nice. And then bless.
Anything is possible.
Let's call it Feather Step. Can do your range if you want.
I will not falter.
Caledorn. Not Cloud Kill. Cast Displacement.
You require my assistance?
Jubilost. Cast Bark Skin on Amiri. Protection from arrows. Not that I think that we will meet many arrow shooting things here, but good to have.
The end draws near.
Be on guard.
I can cast Chameleon Strike. There we go. Now let's drop the poison from the lake. As soon as the poison falls on the petals blaze with a bright crimson light. The air around the flower trembles, either in heat or in supernatural wrath.
We'll do it the hard way.
Repent!
Now you probably understand why I did that buffing.
They go down!
Yourself exposed.
A familiar silhouette emerges from the mist. It is the gnome from before, walking slowly toward you. He stops before the flower and stares at it for several moments. Well done, child, but your work here isn't finished yet. Before you go your way, a question. You've seen the story of the trespasser, you've seen her fall, love and pride brought her to this. You follow the same path, you also crave the crown. Why? My duty is to make the world a better place. Duty's path may seem as straight as an arrow, but it is so easy to go astray. The gnome gives a half nod, then tilts his head and looks at you intently. Words can be motes stirred by the wind, a trifle, wisp of smoke, but when they are spoken in the right time and place, words can possess the power of a storm. At some point, a long time hence, you'll recall this moment and your answer. So it was this goddess who created the flower, and all my troubles were due to her. The gnome is silent for a moment, then speaks. I cannot say yes or no. The truth shifts and evaporates like a morning mist. Aren't your troubles the blood spilled from the blade of your own choices? The gnome raises an eyebrow. These troubles that beset you, this is not all. There will be many more. Know this, when you catch a fleeting shadow out of the corner of your eye and turn to look, but it's gone. It is her shadow. If you hear footsteps behind you and nothing seems there, it is her footsteps, and you hear them only because she wishes you to hear her approach. Why? It is so you know that her blade is never far from your back. I have solved your riddle, but what do I do next? You must extinguish the wrath, quench it with fire, but it won't be easy. The flower blossoms in two worlds at the same time, here and in your homeland Golarion. Its existence links the two worlds and cruelly casts creatures between them. If you destroy the flower in only one world, it will grow back. You must kill it in both worlds at once. But beware. Violence breeds violence, and wrath breeds wrath. You have awakened the flower, for it was the only way to destroy it. But awakened, it summons all kinds of monsters, and they are filled with the same wrath as that which gave life to the plant. After you slay the monsters born from its seeds, burn that wonderful, vile flowering blossom. Let flame consume it. But remember, the fire must happen in both worlds at once. If you burn the flower only here or only on Golarion, it will sprout again and again and again. It's time to get to it then. Let's split up and destroy the flower in both worlds simultaneously. A wise decision. Who will you send beyond the portal? I think we'll send Amiri, Lindsay, and Jubilost.
Now is the beginning of the hunt.
Strike as one.
I grant you death.
This one needed to be destroyed by fire. Now, how do I get to the other party? Try to figure that out. Right, so we have to touch the flower. This portal.
My skills are getting rusty. What do we have here? Will they ever learn?
Strike when
this?
certain.
Do not hold back.
He's right.
Cannot hide from me. Nowhere to run.
Cypress Queen's Crown. Now I need to check again. Okay, so we need to...
A fine use of
To
my
make an
talents.
epic pose, I need inspiration.
The flower's mysterious glow fades, allowing you to take a closer look at this strange thing. Once a thing of beauty and elegance, now the dried flower barely clings to the wilted stalk. All the moisture abandoned the plant along with its magic glow. The petals have become grey and sagging, like the wings of a wounded bird. It looks like only the root, which clings desperately to the cave floor, still maintains some life. I'd be happy to participate in researching this amazing sample, but I suppose this time it might be wise to reject a potentially dangerous specimen. It is time. Finish what you started. Send this flower to oblivion. If you let it remain like this, it will recover. The fire must be fed. This is the hour of your heroic deed, the one that will be sung across the ages. Do it, and I'll make sure everyone knows. So this is where those ugly things came from? Well, what are you waiting for? Burn it to hell. Let's take a part of the flower's root. You slice off a section of the root with some difficulty, a viscous ooze bleeding from it as you do. Once severed, you wrap the root in a rag and place it in your bag. Now burn it. A single spark is enough for the flower to catch fire. As if in pain, the plant writhes, desperately trying to avoid the flames engulfing it. Moments later, it collapses and it disintegrates into ash. The flower is extinguished, it will never grow again, and all that remains is a twisted, blackened root.
Anything else?
Those things. Masterwork Elven Curved Blade. Banded Mail +3.
Forwards.
Anything else in here that we can loot? No. Just a matter of leaving. And I think that's all we have to do here. Yep. That's it. And I think that is going to be the end of the episode as well. So I will thank you all, as usual, so very much for joining me. And in the next episode, we need to head back to the capital. So I'll see you all then.